My name is Del Gray. I'm with Amada Senior Care Orlando, and we are a licensed private duty in-home caregiving company where we take care of clients in their home and allow them to age in place. One of the things that we do for our clients that we're really proud of is what's called a benefit review. We'll do where we sit down with them and go through their policy, essentially word for word. And then we get on the phone with the insurance company. I would personally get on the phone with the insurance company on a three-way call, the insurance company, myself, and the client, and we go through the client's benefits on a recorded line so that the client understands their benefit. I explain it to them afterwards, as well as we get the agreement from the insurance company. So we do the review and the benefit verification, and then we also do the claims process for that client. And this takes a big headache off of that whole insurance process, which is intimidating for most of us. So we do all of that for the client. And then finally, we will do what's called an assignment of benefits. So the client doesn't have to worry about the billing that's coming from the insurance company and the delayed payments or any of that, because that can be a little bit scary because the client then thinks, okay, the insurance company is not going to pay for my care, then they may fear that the care is going to stop because the providers are not being paid. So we get in and do all of the heavy lifting for the client so that they can just really take care and relax and be a wife or be a spouse or be a daughter or be a relative instead of having to worry about being a caregiver. That's our job. That's our role. So when I originally came to the SBDC, I was a startup essentially, which we're kind of still in that mode. And one of the things that we found when we were going out looking for financing is even with great credit, even with a phenomenal background in the industry, there's a label that many startup entrepreneurs get, and that is you're still a startup and it's early on. So I wasn't sure where to go. And ultimately, I turned to the SBDC to help me with expanding from a financial perspective. There's a project we're working on, and I was able to turn to the SBDC, and they were able to help me get financing that otherwise was very difficult to get, frankly. They pointed me in the right direction, and we were successful as a result of it. It's been great working with the SBDC because working with the consultants that I've worked with, one of the things that I really like is that we review what we're talking about before, during, and afterwards. And usually I always walk away with a plan afterwards a plan going forward. And I love the fact that if I am thinking about something or considering something, usually one of the consultants will be able to pull that out and then show where that's applicable to the project that we're working on, and then they are able to help me with resources. So working with them is very thorough. They are very thorough. They're very considerate of my time, as well as I am considerate of their time as well. One of the big changes I've realized as a result of working with the SBDC is really access to finance. They were able to help me get financing for a big project that we're working on that otherwise I would not have been able to get. Because we are a small business and we are a new business, that makes things challenging in terms of getting access to funds, specifically when you are a new business. Many of the lenders that I approached early on looked at our plan and said, looks great, however, you need X, Y, or Z, meaning you need more time. And fortunately, working with the consultants, they were able to guide me towards some other resources that paid off for me. And again, as a result of that, now we are able to expand and potentially hire 40 to 50 people this upcoming year alone. Any entrepreneur who is considering working with the SBDC, I would say stop considering it and do it. It has been, for me, one of the best business decisions that I have made. It is really like having a back office and a front office at the same time. I came from corporate America, and I've worked with large companies like Johnson & Johnson and Medtronic. And then when you go out as an entrepreneur on your own, of course, you miss some of those things, specifically some of the marketing things. But working with these guys has made me feel like I have just that. I have the same resources, if not even more efficient resources by working with them. So if any entrepreneur is thinking about that, I would say stop thinking and do it.